Well, after the result yesterday of Liverpool 7 United 0, Erik ten Hag is not a happy man. And today morning he was at Carrington 7 a.m. That was when he was at Carrington, and obviously he was waiting for these players to come in through and obviously report to duty and select them according to what they did yesterday. He's not a happy man. They're supposed to be resting today sometimes, but obviously after that loss, there is no way Ten Hag will allow you to rest. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys? And where you watching us from? Rokan David is my name. I come in here to let you know what's happening at Carrington today, after the loss of 7-0 to Liverpool, and then what the manager said after that beautiful game of football to Liverpool. To us, it was ugly. It was ugly. It was not good for the eye, and we lost irresponsibly. That's it. So, smash the like button, comment and share, and continue to subscribe. Now, after losing yesterday, Erik ten Hag has done the following. He has summoned all these players to a training session in the afternoon. He said all of the Manchester United players reported for training by 9 a.m. this morning. Erik ten Hag had already been at Carrington for nearly 2 hours by the time the players had arrived. Now, it shows you how serious this man is. I know he's going to go at them and tell them this is not how we lose to Liverpool, a rival. And my worry was all the players that were expected to rise up on the occasion didn't rise up. Varane, Lisandro Martinez, Luke Shaw, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford. That is the spine of the team. Talk of the spine of Manchester United, that is the spine of the team of Manchester United. And if at all you see them like that, you'll know that, all right, we are not going to lose ugly like that. But guess what? We just found ourselves onto the losing side, and we were really ugly on the day, and Erik ten Hag has brought them to Carrington and is going to tell them lots of things, as I'm going to really show you according to what my mind is really telling me. But all in all, he's the right man to get this job, to get this done, and I think he's going to gauge them back to where we're supposed to be. And we are ready for the game of Thursday. And I saw Real Betis playing yesterday, drawing with Real Madrid, and I said, oh, there is some hardness in them, but all the trust is in Erik ten Hag, that if at all he managed to beat Barcelona, a team leading the La Liga table, how come the fourth team in La Liga or fifth fails us? We have to go ahead and really beat them. So Ten Hag is doing the needful, but we've also been told that United sources say the players were always scheduled to report for 9 a.m. for recovery sources and the morning training session. So looks like it's their norm that they usually find themselves at Carrington for for those recovering sessions for every time they really get out of the match, and it's always in the afternoon and always in the evening. They do 2 training sessions at Manchester United. And Ten Hag reminds me of Ralf Rangnick, when he told them that he should train 2 times a day and he should be leaving Carrington at around 5 p.m. These players said, no, we are not going to be training like that. We are used to training just once a day. And obviously, that really surprised Ralf Rangnick, that players that are earning lots of money and playing for Manchester United don't have a mentality of what players who play for big teams like United should be having. And that really left him perplexed as a manager. He was bemused and said, is this Manchester United really? And that's why you saw that the capitulation was really high. You get their petulance sometimes because they never had the guts to run at their opponents. But for Erik ten Hag, he has gone ahead to really build a culture, and I think we are going to get back now. Let's get into what he said to the media as soon as the game of football ended yesterday. But remember, I believe these are the same words Ten Hag is going to tell these players, that this is Manchester United and he shouldn't down tools like you did against a side called Liverpool. The first statement, first half, I think we played very decent. I think it's not weird that we are up at half time because we created the best chances. The second half is unprofessional. It can't be. We've got to talk about it. Now, you've heard it well, that we've got to talk about it. With his players, I know he was fuming. And I can't imagine how Erik ten Hag was after the 90th minute. I think he was fuming. He was fuming to the bone marrows of these players. He was fuming 100%, because you can't tell me that first half ends 1-0 and you had the better chances that you failed to execute. That was Rashford and Bruno Fernandes. Then you come out in the second half and let 6 goals in. You can't allow that to happen. That is a mentality that is not made for Manchester United players, and that's what Ten Hag really called out on his players. Then the manager went ahead to call out his players and said, unprofessional, that's not Manchester United, and you have other standards, and the standards we want to show. So, talking of other standards that we have at Manchester United, obviously you should fight for the shirt. That comes first. Even if you are Daniel James, like he was here, limited player, you get, you have to run and put your qualities on the field of play. If your best quality is skill, that doesn't matter in such games. What matters is running back every time you lose the ball. That's it. Anthony, Bruno Fernandes, they never showed that on the day. Every time you lost the ball, the way they really threw around their hands, they never tracked back. The energy was really minimal. And that's unprofessionalism of the highest order. You get? You're playing for Manchester United, and you see the game going that way at 3-0. As the captain, you are supposed to really converge the players and tell them, guys, let's control the damage. Let's control the damage and let's play our game. So we hardly passed around that ball around, and it was really some of the things that, some of the days you think that, all right, it's not going to go our way. Let's control the damage. But it reaching 7 was really annoying, and that's why Ten Hag is furious. He talked to Bein Sports and told them that it's not just about 1 or 2 players. It was the whole team. I saw 11 individuals losing their heads and not sticking with the plan. You get? I understand this is really a long journey to go, but you can't tell me at halftime it's 1-0 and second time and the second half you concede 6. The plan was there. Ten Hag told them to stick to the plan. I believe the plan for the second half was simple. Keep it tight at the back and let's wait for a chance because it's going to come. That was the plan. Now, who told these players to go wholesale to attack Liverpool? That's it. And all right, attacking Liverpool wouldn't have been bad, but when you attack and lose the ball, do you track back? I think for the third goal that we concede, Bruno does a cutback and openly gives that ball to Jordan Henderson. And Bruno doesn't run back. And I don't know what was wrong with Bruno yesterday. He's one of those players that really tracks back very, very well. But he didn't. Anthony too left Gakpo to go. And obviously we conceded the third goal like that. So it shows you exactly that they got off the plan. The plan was not to go all out and really disrespect Liverpool by attacking them anyhowly without respecting them. We lost the patterns. We lost the rhythm and sequences. And obviously in transition, we looked bad, especially when Liverpool was at the helm of the transitions. That is what Erik ten Hag is calling out for. Then he said, on if this is his lowest days as a Manchester United manager, every defeat, no matter what, is worse, especially when you lose to Liverpool. We let the fans down. That's what got me most annoyed. And obviously the away traveling fans have to really get annoyed. You have to get annoyed and feel for them, because to me, we've got the most amazing away fans. You know, they go on there, they support, but this time around, this is something that you wouldn't like to see them experience at Liverpool. Losing 1-0, that is what we call losing honorably. Losing 7-0, that is losing disgracefully. And these are things that Ten Hag is going to tell the players today, that this is Manchester United. If you feel you are not ready to put your body on the line when you're playing for United, raise up your hand and leave this club. The summer is not far away. We can get in other players. Then Eric said, on whether fatigue is kicking in, he said, no, it's nothing to do with that, because we can bring the performances 4 days ago, 7 days ago. So it's not nothing to do with that. It's about keeping the head. That's it. Fatigue is not an excuse. Fatigue is not an excuse. I've seen people predict that we are going to crumble in March. You get? But we've not crumbled. United put up a very good first half, and in the second half, it was a matter of deploying or employing what we call experience. Casemiro as a leader, De Gea as a leader, Bruno as a leader, Rafael Varane as a leader, they needed to really command these players. But they didn't. So, fatigue is not a problem. And I went ahead to applaud Bruno a lot when he said that if you're supposed to be a United player, you're supposed to be playing 2 games per week. So, these players are not tired. And to bring it into the clearest form of visibility, these players, most of them were arrested in the midweek. They last played 90 minutes on Sunday in the Carabao Cup final when we beat Newcastle. Luke Shaw, Varane, Lisandro Martinez, Casemiro, Anthony played 45 minutes. Rashford played only 30. So 6 players that are the spine of this team were arrested, and you can't tell me that we lose this game and you start flaunting a reason that we are tired. No fatigue is into this team. It was just a day that these boys just went back to default mode of last season. They down tools and obviously let the team down again. That is what happened yesterday. Fatigue is not really an excuse or the scapegoat. Ten Hag said we are not bringing the right decisions, the good defense actions in the transitions, and that is unprofessional. We have higher standards than we showed today in the second half. That's it. These players have showed us that they can go ahead and really match any team in the world. I would have said any good team in the Premier League, but after knocking out Barcelona, one of the best teams in the Liga, now I can say we have all the potential to really orchestrate high standards when you're playing against these teams and match their levels. You can tell me that we lost 7-0 to Liverpool. The good defense actions, that's what the manager is talking about. The right decisions, like the one Luke Shaw makes for the second goal, like the one Anthony makes for the first goal. Again, Anthony not tracking back on Cody Gakpo for the third goal. All those decisions are really uncalled for. Luke Shaw making bad clearances in the 6-yard area of United. Those are bad decisions, and they are not right decisions to be made by United players, because we are more and better than that. According to me, we are a better side than that, and we are supposed to really orchestrate something better on the field of play. Then Ten Hag, on if he's the type of manager who shouts, he said, of course, I did my talk, and we have to talk further on today, but also then we have to strike under and reset. We've bounced back many times before. Brentford and City, I'm sure our players are resilient. Now, for bouncing back, I trust Erik Ten Hag. I've seen even Gary Neville coming out and saying that I trust Erik Ten Hag on this, because on Brentford, it was 4-0. We went on to a 4-5 game-winning stretch. After Man City, we went ahead not to lose a Premier League game again until we lost to Aston Villa. Then we lost to Arsenal, and then we are losing to Liverpool. And I think Ten Hag is the manager to trust onto this. Then lastly, he had to really come in through and really talk about the outgoing fans of United that really represent us in the away games. He said that was tough, and we really have to thank them. I can't blame them for leaving because it was a really bad performance. I ashamed myself for the fans yesterday. That is the manager of Manchester United. He takes the responsibility and goes ahead to talk about the players. But there's something I want to dive in about Erik Ten Hag, that however much is going hard at these players, he also made poor substitutions yesterday. To me, I believe if you take off Freddie, you don't bring on Casemiro. You bring on Sabitzer to get hold of that play. Secondly or thirdly, Anthony was not supposed to play 90 minutes. What was the reason for us to keep Anthony on the field of play when he was responsible for 3 goals? You get? I think you didn't take off Lisandro Martinez, you take off Luke Shaw because Luke Shaw was having a horrible game, and I don't see the reason as to why you bring in Alejandro Garnacho in such a game. I think Sancho was supposed to be the best substitute to come in at that juncture because he has the experience for this. You get? So I believe we crumbled on the hands of the players and the manager too. The decisions he made were really bad. So guys, your thoughts on Ten Hag furious at United players are welcome in the comment section below. Gary Neville has gone ahead to back him, that he's really going to come back and bounce back like never before. Where is that Gary Neville thing tweet? All right, it's here. He was talking to Sky Sports and he said, if there is a manager I'm backing for this United bounce back, it's none other than Erik Ten Hag. And Gary Neville said on Ten Hag, I trust him, and obviously the comeback is really going to be expected on Thursday as we play Real Betis at Old Trafford. So guys, thank you very much for watching in through. Do you trust Erik Ten Hag on really getting us back to winning ways? All right. I sign out for now. See you later. May the Almighty Lord bless you abundantly. I sign out for now. See you later, my beautiful mates. I'm out.